Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Huh, alrighty. Well, hello everybody, this is Danavis. Joining me is The.Spectre. We are bringing you another night of Dota is Hard in-house games. Bringing you the best from down under.
Oh yes, oh yes. So we do have a general captain's mode game here. It will be Guild versus Rodovatos.
Certainly will be. Certainly
Shweetenly,
will be.
shweetenly. I would say the player to watch here is Kaya.
Someone's having technical
we've
difficulties.
cast a game of his before, and a very, very competent player.
Now, I don't know if it's supposed to be Kaya or Kya, because it's meant to be like an anime
Yeah,
girl noise. So it's supposed to be like I can't even do it, but like
yeah.
we'd have to get your fiance in here to do it. But yeah,
Maybe.
we right now I can't do it. But we're gonna stay Kaya for now because it's easier.
Yeah, we will. So, I got this cool
Just
like
waiting
little
for.
plush Pac-Man today, and it makes the noise when you squeeze him. You want me to do it?
Spectacular. Yes, please.
It's so
Ah,
squishy.
spectacular.
And
Well, it
blue
looks like
has
A and
failed
D
to
has
load.
failed, so that's
Ow.
that. Let's try again.
Back to the lobby. Back to the lobby.
How do I leave?
I don't know, I just pressed the down arrow and it just put us
And
back into
it's
the
yeah, it's in the
lobby.
lobby. Whatever. I guess we just keep going and we'll just when the game starts up again. Try again.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, oh, if you press start game, you can then disconnect. What a great start to the evening. Oh yes, oh yes. God damn it. Do 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 do. Ah, that's better. Hi.
Idiot.
What?
Alright, let me explain what you needed to do there.
Yeah, no. Let me just say something first. When I pressed the up arrow, it was just in the lobby and it said start game,
I know.
cancel game.
I know.
I was like, what?
I know, but let me explain what happened like when I did it here.
Yeah.
Alright, so blue failed to load,
Yeah.
everyone left the game. I hit
Yeah.
the arrow, open up the lobby again. Game starts again. I then get the option to disconnect. I hit disconnect, then I get the option to reconnect or leave game. I hit reconnect and it loads into the new game.
Yeah. It was just
You, I
really
think,
weird.
hit
Yeah,
leave
because
game
I thought
instead.
I thought it had failed, so I thought we were just rebuilding a lobby.
Yeah, no, like the lobby gets to like remains when when
Okay,
it
cool.
happens like that.
Well, that works
So that's
pretty
why
well
you
then.
fucked up on everything, and
Yeah,
everyone's game couldn't. It's
I was
like,
just
oh
like,
goddamn.
whoops.
Alright. Well, hello everybody. We're going to try this again. My name is Danavis. Joining me is The.Spectre. We are bringing you a Dota is Hard in-house game where Rod of Atos will go up against We Are the Guild. Should be a fun match.
Oh yeah, oh
We have
yeah.
talented players in here, and some actresses and dictators.
Yes, indeedy, and some feces, or possibly even some jazz scat.
Yeah, a little bit of the Scooby Dibbly Dop Dop Wop, you know.
So we
The
see the
scat man.
standard bands out pretty much apart from, instead of seeing someone like Magnus or who's the other standard band? I don't know, but Gyro is chosen instead,
Yeah, it's
and
pretty
so
standard.
yeah, and so Magnus is picked up instead.
5 seconds.
A lot of teams choosing
Gyro
not
isn't there at all.
to.
What are you talking about?
No, I mean Magnus is. I said Gyro sometimes
Reserve
banned, but
time.
Darkseer was
Oh.
banned out, and the Magnus was picked up.
Yes.
Reserve time.
Now the Gyro is
And there we
picked
see
up.
the Rubik on the gyro.
So the Rubik picked out just to kind of counter that Magnus, hopefully steal some RPs.
Yes, indeedly. And of course many other very valuable spells I'm sure will be coming out.
No, they're gonna pick Skeleton King now.
Yeah, Skeleton King, Viper, other things that have just no spells.
I reckon Viper would be decent. You can steal
Viper
the
actually be
slow that
he's
goes
got
through
one active
BKB.
spell. He only has one active
He
spell.
can manually cast the poison, and it
I don't think he can
counts as
steal
stolen.
it. Can it?
Possibly, because I don't know, because I know that manually cast spells stop Curse of the Silent and stuff like that, but I'm not sure if you can actually steal them if they're manually cast.
I've never seen a Rubik with a like an orb effect stolen.
Yeah, but have you ever
Well,
seen him versing an orb effect hero?
Yes, 100 times.
Yeah. But have you paid attention that closely and they didn't have it on auto attack and actually manually cast it?
Reserve time.
Yes.
Yes? Are you 100%
Oh, there's the
certain?
leader! Okay, well, Rod of Atos coming out with a very convincing early lead.
And it will of course be Vengeful Spirit Lena tri-lane configuration with the easy stun from the Venge coming out with the follow-up from Lena.
I'd actually like to see them pick up a Skywrath Mage, who pretty much craps all over Lena and Venge.
I
He
don't
really does,
believe he's in CM.
10 seconds.
Yeah, yes.
remaining.
I saw him picked in a team
Really?
matchmaking game in CM. I think, yeah, because team matchmaking is always CM, isn't it?
Yes. Yes it is.
Yeah, well, I saw him picked in a team matchmaking game yesterday, so he must be.
Oh, cool beans.
Yeah.
Well, that's
He was playing against
pretty...
Nuxie, and he absolutely destroyed her in lane.
What a shame.
Poor Nuxie.
Oh well. I'm just trying to see if the stream's actually working or not. See if I set it up
Must have been.
properly.
For
Cool
anyone
beans.
watching, please take note of our very awesome new name section
Yep, yep.
made by a very talented artist.
I- It was him! I'm gonna pop out the chat now, so feel free to say stuff there, and I will hopefully notice it and respond. Ooh, an Omni Knight!
I don't know how to pop it out.
Press the settings
out.
button and then pop out chat.
I've got it. Oh, that way, good. Means I don't have to have the thing up. That's good.
Yeah, you can just have it on the second screen.
Close that down.
And we do see the Omni Knight coming out, so possibly trying to counter a physical damage follow through with the Magnus RP. You chuck on that
And
Guardian
of course,
Angel.
completely countering the Lena with the repel.
Exactly. And also the Lena with the burst heal. If a hero's in the middle of and you can't repel them in time for whatever reason, or it's on cooldown, you can heal them up and hopefully
Dire team back.
steer them away from death.
For sure.
Radiant
And now,
team
the
back.
Radiant banning out mid laners. Well, actually, no, they're banning out support. The Dire are banning out mid laners because even though Gyro and Rubik can be played in mid lane, they're usually seen in a tri lane. With the Rubik using lift for
Now,
setup and the Gyro just
question.
farming away.
Did you remember to switch it over to your picking overlay?
I did not. It's on the waiting screen at the moment. I'll put it on the picking overlay now. Well, I thought it would be good to have the links up for a little while.
Always good for the links, but plenty of time.
Yeah.
Dire team
So it is on the picks now. We're halfway into the pick. Shout out to Zombie for the picking screen again. Thank you very much. It's very nice to have it. The
Yeah, it makes us
anti-mage
look professional,
band out.
even if we're not.
Does look pretty
Well,
spiffy.
pretty good against the Lena and the Venge.
Definitely. And also
mean,
some good follow-up
What are you gonna do?
from an RP.
Swap an anti-mage. What the hell, I mean. Bye. Just swap an anti-mage. Okay, bye.
Yeah. It's just like Blink RP, Blink AM with Battle Fury and Manta. You're not gonna have a fun time. In fact, I believe Sing Sing recently picked up a Rampage from a good RP by Select, and he just blinked in and absolutely destroyed the other team in the Roche pit.
Good times.
The Juggernaut also banned
Still haven't
out.
got a hard carry coming out yet for the Dire side, so I'll be looking to see that. Maybe I don't know.
I would
Troll
like
Warlord
to
would
see
actually be,
a Sven, to be honest, because the Sven would.
Troll's not in.
Troll's not.
Captain's mode yet, is he?
No.
No. Too OP.
I would say Sven would be a good fit because he would fit in a tri-lane with Venge and Lena very well. You would then have 3 sources of stun, and then after the RP you can also follow up with the God Strength Cleave, Super Cleave with Empower
of
as well
course,
damage.
Magnus's Empower helping out that cleave even more.
It is pretty insane. In fact, I know EG ran that a lot.
Get the Ricky instead with his brand new face.
Yes,
And I
he
like
has
his
had a
very detailed
texture
claws.
update. Yeah, the
There's some
kind of
nice-
swirls on him.
It's very sort of Celtic, you know, in his sort of his theme. I like it.
And his
Even though, of
fluffy,
course,
fluffy beard.
His name and his theme being Japanese, but screw it, let's just go to Ireland.
And that would be a very good counter to the Omni Knight if he can't heal himself or someone else in an
5
engagement.
seconds
If Ricky can
remaining.
just blink in and smoke him straight away, it's gonna
Yeah.
really
Omni Knight
hurt him.
He's just a butt. He's just, I hate him.
As well against a kind of a carry like Gyrocopter who has a really weird power curve. He's really strong early game thanks to Rocket Barrage. Kind of weak mid game against the mid game carries, and then super insanely strong when you get to late game because of
And a
Flat
punch.
Cannon.
He'll be looking to screw up the Magnus's RPs as much as possible by hooking people out.
Yep.
Generally
If
getting
I
in the
will cry
way.
if we don't see one. Magnus
Or
blink
maybe
into
hooking it
RP
out
and
of a
punch
Lena
hooks
stun.
it. Yep.
Or maybe he blinks in, hooks Magnus midair, and then pulls him away so he RPs on nothing. Hooks the Venge back when she's trying to blink or trying to swap. Or
It would be good if she swapped and he hooked her back.
hooks an
but-
invis Ricky. That's
Yep.
probably gonna happen.
Or, of course,
yeah,
we
we're
can
paying
see
close
some
attention
good
to,
plays where you can go swap into
No.
Dismember and Dismember into the billion stuns that they have.
I will be paying close attention to this Pudge and just to how many ways he can manage to annoy his team.
Well, I would say that the Pudge will be going mid lane. The Ricky, Lena, Venge will be the safe lane, and Magnus will go off lane.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Mag really being Ricky being the carry, I suppose, in this team.
Yeah, and you'll have the Rubik,
Okay.
Gyro, Leshrac with the DK mid, and maybe... Oh no, maybe the Omni Knight will have to go safe lane. Maybe we'll see a Gyro Omni Leshrac. Who would they put off lane? I'm confused about the...
No, it's going to be a
lanes of
Riddik,
the Radiant.
Leshrac, Dragon Knight, tri-lane, off-lane Omni, and a Gyrocopter mid. That's what I'm calling.
I don't think putting Omni in the off lane is the best decision. But
They've got
then...
an excellent tri-lane though, with the Riddik, the Leshrac, and the DK.
Yeah. I would prefer to see the Gyro in that tri-lane and put Dragon Knight mid. Because I would assume that they're running the Pudge mid. And I think...
Gyro's going to do a lot better against the Pudge.
Yeah, I know, except you want more farm on the Gyro, and the Dragon Knight is
10
still going to do
seconds
fine against the
remaining.
Pudge in mid lane.
I guess we have to see how we go. And kathified is on the Omni Knight, so I don't think we're going to see him solo.
So, on the side of the Radiant, we have kathified on Omni Knight, Tehscat on the Gyrocopter, Emma Stone on
Places
Leshrac,
everyone.
AMDAC on the Dragon Knight, and Kim Jong-Phil on the Rubik.
And over on the Dia, we've got Kaya on the Magnus heading to that bot lane. Atos ×5 on the Lena with no cosmetic items, very disappointing. THG bYzKit, oh okay. bYzKit on, we're gonna call him bYzKit on Pudge. We've got Riddik on the Venge and Supershot on that Ricky. Looks like they're gonna be tri-laning top with that Venge, Lena, and Ricky. Quite a bit of stun in there. And a decent amount of damage from the Ricky. How the fuck did I level stats? Oh no. Not a good start for the Rubik. Not taking his
30 seconds to showtime.
not taking his very useful skill.
Oh, that's
Magnus is not gonna be afraid of this tri-lane anymore.
no.
He's gonna be feeling just fine.
That's gonna be no setup stun for
Lena picking
Leshrac.
the Venge, who's deciding to sit quite far back. Might have gone AFK.
I sure hope not. But we see a lane ward coming out from the Dia
And
just to
here we
spot
go.
out all of
Scum
that
it
With all the
movement.
scribbling.
And
It
it
looks like we will be
does...
seeing the DK. But the offlane Omni, as I expected, just a slightly different tri-lane.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
That's
very
what I
close to
started
said.
to call out until I got to the offlane Omni and thought, no, I don't think that'd do that.
Well,
But
Played
who
well
knows?
and played reasonably defensively. Omni is quite hard to kill.
yeah, definitely.
Like, he's got the heal, and I don't know, we're just gonna have to pay attention to it because getting pings already. There might be an early first blood attempt on top lane here.
Yep. And we see Pudge already coming in with the... Yeah, with the rod on, and he gets the stun off, but stands in the rot. He should have just backed off a bit there, because while
Kathy
Pudge
backing
is
up
stunned,
Venge, really needing to be more far forward.
if
to make
Pudge
this work.
is stunned, he can't turn his rod off. So DK really needs to stun him when he comes in, and he might actually kill himself.
Not the best option, but definitely still a good thing for the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, get some free XP.
Down on bottom lane, Kaya being harassed a bit by a double damage Rubik. Those stats giving him even more attack, so possibly a great skill to pick
Getting
up
that
first
extra
run.
4 damage out.
Well, that makes it 8 damage. That's with the double.
Well, no, I meant
DD.
it's 4 with the double damage because you get 2 to all stats.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
I already did the pre-calculation, boy. And we already see 2 points up in Dragon Blood from the Dragonite. Usually you'll see a mid-Dragonite, or just Dragonites in general, skill up that Flame
Probably
Breath.
Going into a dangerous
Breathe
position
fire.
up here.
Ooh.
It's
That's
unfortunate
fight
Rubik
very
isn't
far
here to
out.
follow it up, but gonna
Already
try
using
healing
the
shot.
heal, and no stun
Too
used
bad
by
that Lena
Ven.
seems to have walked back to. Well, she's walked back into the fountain, bought
Pick
a
up a
smoke. There's no courier, by the
That
way.
would
on
be
the Dire
why.
Side. She's dropped the courier
Dire's
on the
top
ground.
tower. You know
Yep.
the drill.
How bizarre.
It looks like
A lot of time here.
someone
with
forgot to
0
buy a
XP
courier
money.
there. So she had to walk all the way back. Boots coming out for the Dragonite, but taking a lot of damage from the rot there. And it looks like Pudge is going to be able to pick up a
Very
haste.
dangerous.
But he does not have a bottle, which is probably what he was complaining about.
Probably.
But he doesn't have
Still
enough
very dangerous to
money
have.
for him.
Very
Hasted
dangerous to
Pudge.
have on it.
Ooh, and he
Misses the hook,
just misses the
unfortunately.
hook. Magnus in a bit of a bad spot, but he is still getting some experience. And with this wave going into the tower, it's going to be a lot of free XP. And if he can last hit well, going to be some free gold as well.
Yeah, and if we look at the last hits, we've got Dragon Knight on top with Ricky quickly following behind. It's pretty evenly spread at the moment.
It definitely is. Gyro farming up a
I want to see
bit
this
more.
tri-lane on top being more aggressive.
Yeah, definitely. They have
Kathified
so
equipment
much
still
kill
level
potential.
1. Still level 1 to that level 4 Ricky. Even with Alina that's only level 2, they can destroy this Omni Knight if he moves up at all.
Exactly.
So he's basically been completely outlaned at this point. Does need to be up a little bit closer to the creep wave to be getting XP though. Wasting his heal there.
Trying to do a bit of AoE damage to the Ricky, I think. He's just going to be able to shrug that off with the Tango, seeing as it is only a level 1 heal.
Smoked up Lina and Venge coming mid. They're going to be looking to take out this Dragon Knight. Again, I don't know why they just didn't stay and take the Omni.
Quite sure. Maybe going for a higher value
Obviously a
kill
more
here.
valuable kill, but yeah.
So we see them
They're gonna
coming
go
in.
for
Vengeful
Venge.
breaks the smoke, but he walks away. The hook goes wide. The Venge still comes in from the stun, but he's under tower and he's not going to go for it. Maybe the DK go on the Venge, but no. And we do see him leveling up Breathe Fire now. He has 2 points in the stun as well. Oh, god damn it. I didn't change it from the picking overlay. God damn it.
Do something about that bottom tower.
Wow, that's good job. Good job there. Sorry to everyone. I'm going to be uploading this one.
We can still upload it, but no, very much my bad for not changing it.
We're gonna have to set some reminders, put some post-it notes up for you or something.
That's the thing, I did so well the other night. I did everything perfectly, even through the pauses. I switched it to our link screen and then back again. But just forgetting to change that pick screen.
Just gotta get into the habit, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. Ugh.
I think what we need to do is I need to call the first team, so you can be doing the fixing up the overlay.
Oh, and Pudge hits a hook on mid. And the stun comes out for the Venge, but the stun also going out on the Pudge, going to keep him out. Venge might go down to the tower damage, and DK gets the first blood with a last hit coming through. A bit too aggressive there and taking too much damage.
Yeah, I'm really, this tri-lane up top is not working, just from a lack of aggression on the part of the Venge, really.
Although we do see the Ricky blinking in. Lina comes down and gets the stun off. That's going to be the death of the Omni Knight. Lina taking the last hit
really
with,
happen, like,
with the Dragon
3 minutes
Slave.
ago, would have been so, you see how easy it is. I mean, it's just,
Exactly.
I don't know.
With the
It's
backstab
really
damage
so
coming
easy.
out, the Omni really can't stand in the lane. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, Kai has managed to get some decent experience and is sitting 4th on the last hit ladder despite being against a tri-lane. So
Radiant's top.
he has that level 6 available.
Rubik having his spells a little lower than they should be, thanks to that early pickup of stats, limiting his options a little bit here. Pudge is coming
see a wrap around
for a kill on bottom.
Oh, if only they had a ward there. Leshrak's so weak. Oh, and he's going to run into him. But the Rubik is here as well. They run out, and the illusion room's popped, and he's going to block hook chances with the illusion. And he hits the range creep.
Radiant creep. The range creep
just sitting there, just hiding away.
Fails of the week. And he walks away in shame.
Oh.
He does have another hook though. He's coming back in, and there are pings coming out from this Leshrak, who's, I don't know how he spotted him out. I think he did.
I think he's just saying Pudge still there.
Yes,
It's a coincidence it was right on top.
Of it being.
Meanwhile, Omni Knight comes in and uses a bit of a heal bomb on the Ricky.
Pudge is gonna find this Rubik.
Dyer's mid tower.
But he hooks into the lane. Misses the hook.
Yeah, misses that Rubik by a long way.
He hooked back into mid lane and just missed the Leshrak and Gyro.
I don't know why. It seems an interesting decision making here that
He's
He wouldn't
been
go
hanging
on
out
solo
so
for
long.
Rubik.
You can get the Rubik, it is in range now, sitting just outside, so this Pudge really not achieving much at the moment. All the heroes are staying in a very defensive position, staying out of the hook range that is across there. You can see the hook coming in missing. So some good defensive positioning from the Radiant there. And it looks like Lina has gone mid, to take up that experience. Taking a bit of fire to the face.
Breathe fire against Dragon Slaves.
Dire might want to mine the top tower.
Fire-based abilities mid.
Yes, indeed. Meanwhile, Ricky farming up very well on top lane, up at 47 last hits. Dragonite barely behind him, and he does also have a Soul Ring up now, so he's going to be able to spam that Dragon Breath all day long.
I'm confused by by the placing of the Dire Sentry Ward in mid.
Yeah.
What are they trying to... Like, Ricky is on their team. What are they trying to avoid?
They probably were just trying to de-ward it because Pudge will often just sit up there and have a ward in this area to spot out people on the...
Dire ward. He's on their team.
Oh yeah, true.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I know. No, I mean the other way. Just ping the wrong side. The Radiant will put one up here to see uphill to see if Pudge is sitting in the mid lane.
Yeah, I suppose, but it's just that, like, that Dire ward, that sentry won't have spotted out much sitting where it is.
Yeah, it's quite common for them to put it right in the middle of the right in the middle of the water. And Ricky killing Omni Knight on top and escaping with 100 health.
Pudge bottom lane, he had a DD, but he used it and achieved nothing.
Looks like he's just regening up a bit now. And even though he did get that early experience, he's starting to falter a bit. It looks like we're going to have a bit of a wraparound from the tri-lane here. Stun put out, but not going to hit. RP on 3. Pudge comes in, uses Dismember on the Gyrocopter, and gets the short range hook for the kill. So a good use of the RP there. Manages to escape. And a DC out from Venge.
Let's take a look at the items while we're here. Magnus has picked up his Arcane Boots. Always good. Rubik's sitting on basically nothing with only 3 last hits. The same with Leshrac, who is just on Raw Boots and has a couple of the sentries just to watch out for the Rubik. I mean, not the Rubik, the Ricky.
Yes, indeed.
Pudge also has very little farm, unfortunately, having wasted a lot of time hanging out bot lane. So he's got his empty bottle and some
Looks like he might be saving up for mana boots or possibly going to buy up a cloak.
Might be. I'd say that's the similar direction that Lena's going to go. She'll be saving up for those ever useful mana boots.
Definitely.
Dragonite, however, is sitting at the top of the farm, and he does have his Soul Ring, as you've said, and his treads. So better boots than most other people.
Sitting at 12k, he can choose to go more of a sort of mid-game carry-ish build and go for the armlet straight away.
He is, of course, at 1.2k, not 12k. That would be a little bit extreme in 9 minutes.
Just a tiny bit.
Not doing that well. He's not Alchemist.
And Vengeful sitting on just basic boots and the 2 slippers of agility. And meanwhile,
he does have a Blade of Alacrity.
He does.
So I'm going to suggest he's going for that Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, looks like we'll get a pretty decently timed Diffusal as well. I'd say it would pop up around the 12-minute mark or so if he can get off a kill. He is close to that second Blade of Alacrity, and then it's only another K off, or K in a bit, to get the
Ricky here,
completion.
He's also got Sanjin Yasha, the Sanjin Yasha items, but not the ones from the International, which means they are worth less than dirt. Need those international blades, kids.
The Magnus.
The ones that are cool.
Possibly gonna pop his mana boots and skewer in. He might just be saving him for a rainy day. No, he does pop them, but it looks like he's just going to get some last hits while he can. And also hitting the gyro at the same time.
Yeah, and a little bit of a shockwave on that gyro.
And an invisible Pudge coming through. Pings coming out from blue. But
you should be able to get this. There's a lot of invis heroes down bottom here. Let's see if Pudge can get a
and they just miss out on the Leshrac. They're gonna go right on the Gyrocopter. Ouchie, a double split earth coming out.
I believe.
But Pudge is and the extremely short range. Will the edict get him? No. Of course, that edict's still going off during death. The Dragonite comes in, the smoke comes out, the stun also on the DK. They really need to disengage here, otherwise they're going to both be picked up.
Oh,
But Lena runs back into it and just gets stuns and auto attacked down by the DK. Meanwhile, the Pudge TP's out.
He's going to take out that Rubik if he gets in any closer.
Kathy just needs to throw out the heal on one of the heroes. Walking through the smoke, so unluckily missing out on a kill on the Riki there. If she had used heal on the Dragonite...
It's still quite... No, he doesn't. Not gonna, they have no detection. Ricky's gonna go back in trying to find that Rubik that eluded him.
If Omni Knight had used heal on the Dragonite straight away, even though the Rubik needed it, they would have killed off that Rikimaru, as the heal does do pure damage, and it would have dealt the 270 required.
Yeah, that's an absolute bitch of a heal.
Meanwhile, Gyrocopter denies the top tower.
Pudge misses another.
Ooh, the stun comes out, and we're going to see the stun stacked up, and the ultimate comes out from the Lena, and it kills the Gyrocopter. And the cooldown, unfortunately, the second one just missing. Venge escaping with 30 health.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
Here's another Pudge with his illusion rune going on mid. Let's see if he can make a hook this time. He can! He lands one! He's landed a hook that was more than a few meters away.
The heal coming out from Omni Knight. That's doing a lot of damage and repelled. Some excellent play there by the Omni, getting the heal off before the repel and negating all of the rot damage that Pudge was doing.
Yes, and that is why you don't hook the Dragon Knight. He doesn't care. That's what he wants you to do.
Very, very tanky hero. And it looks like he's sitting at 2.4k, so it'll be interesting to see what item he builds into. Some people choose to go drums, others armlet, but who knows?
He's going to the secret shop. He's clearly
like
going straight, what's it called? Straight Divine Rapier. That's what I was going for.
Definitely. I think he's
going for the Monkey King bar.
Yeah, the MKB just to counter Ricky's smoke. Doesn't want to be hitting that mischance inside that smoke.
70% mischance is very nasty. And a lot of people forget about the mischance. They think the smoke is just a silence. But no, that mischance is a big part of it.
It is. The cloud only being level 1, so the miss rate only at 40%, but 40%...
Only at 40%?
Yeah, 40% is still 40%. And it looks like the Magnus and Ricky are going to be able to really easily take this bottom tower. No, they pop off the fortify, but I don't think that Rubik and Leshrac can get in time. In fact, even if they do, they probably won't... Oh, a hook comes in, but the creep goes down.
That's that creep. That's a big win to Pudge. 42 gold.
And we do see the Ricky only 550 gold off his Diffusal Blade, unless it's flying out already, and it is! Hooray! So only 550 away from level 2 Diffusal Blade. That's what I meant.
Because it is a very cost-efficient increase to DPS. You should immediately level up that.
Only on the Phantom Lancer.
But, oh yeah, only on the PL.
Yeah. So on the Rikimaru, definitely keep all of these charges. Smoke comes out. Yes, it does, but it's not going to be enough damage. Oh, the swap comes out, and the DK taken out by 4 of the Dire heroes converging on mid, with the Magnus following up right behind. So they're going to look to pressure this middle tower.
Mid-tower's getting banged up.
See Pudge in the front line, see the Leshrac getting dangerously close, hitting the Split Earth. And the cooldown coming up, but the Rikimaru blinks forward, manages to hook the Omni Knight out, who uses the ultimate, but it's only going to work on her. Meanwhile, the Magnus goes into the backline and RPs into the Leshrac, kills him off, with the Gyrocopter being missed. Vengeful kills him off with a stun. And Pudge hooking the Rubik out of the smoke, but getting enough damage to kill him. As well as
spectacular plays, landing hooks.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Good stuff, Pudge. Good job.
And Dragonite is back into the fight. He has to be dangerous for a hook in here. He does have enough mana to pull off the hook dismember combo. He has opted for phase boot, so really going that chase build. Ooh, the hook narrowly missing.
Oh, the Ven
Short
swaps
range
herself
drop,
on the
and she's
tower.
gonna die to the the breeze fire. The tower would have taken her out, but the breeze fire are enough to kill her off.
I don't know what her thinking was there. What was she trying to do?
Especially with such a short range shot, should have just gone straight for that stun and run for her life. But still, far too squishy to be tower diving. Oh, the Riki is gonna eat a tango, and
Here he's not in invis for a moment.
no, and he should see the Dragonite as well. The stun already coming out
He
onto.
attacks the rocket.
He is trying to
He
kill that, of
attacks
course,
that
because
Hogan
Magnus
missile.
will go down if that rocket hits him. Skewer away.
I mean, good plays, but he's too far away now for it to
The
really
sentry ward plopped
bother
down and they kill off Riki.
Riki, a little bit too bold.
Yeah, Riki going down to some nice sentry ward placement by Leshrac, but that does mean the Magnus gets away.
Emma Stone sees all.
And Magnus does have enough money for his Blink Dagger. He should really buy that and send it out to him for the fight that's coming up. But the courier, not quite in range of the shop yet. I bet as soon as it is, the Blink Dagger will be bought up and ferried out. Still sitting there currently. The shockwave spam coming out.
Goes into his ulti form.
Dragon Slave comes out. Well, meanwhile, Pudge hooks the Rubik off the side. Cooldown hits on 3, but the reverse polarity picks him back up, and the skewer misses. Dragonite's going to get away with 60 health. The heal coming out on the Omni Knight, and the Omni Knight TP's away. And the DK and Gyro get the kill on the Magnus. Oh, the Dragon Slave coming out. The stun catching the Lina. This is going to be a double kill for the Riki.
Absolutely destroying.
Even though Riki is extremely squishy, the amount of damage he can output with that backstab is quite insane at these early levels. And this is what I was saying about the Gyro power curve. Extremely strong early game due to that cooldown and rocket barrage damage. But he sort of falls out in the very mid-game, kind of the 20 to 35 minute mark, I would say. So if Riki is able to stop the Gyro's farm during that time, I think that the Dire have a very good fighting chance.
Yeah, and that is of course just because his spells start to become a little less relevant, and that flat cannon is where his damage is going to have to come from.
Exactly.
So until he gets up that really high DPS.
And yeah, he's
Lina here very aggressively wandering about the jungle.
if she does find this Rubik, she'll be able to kill him off.
Dancing around that Rubik. Not going to find him though. They just keep dancing around each other here. She knows they're there, but
And the Omni Knight is going to walk uphill. They see each other.
She's going to back off though.
And the hook coming out, but a very
back into the pudge.
very half-hearted hook. I don't think that was even, that was nowhere near max range even. Of course, hook, one of the spells where it only travels as far as you hit it, I believe.
No, I think it doesn't.
No, at a unit or location. So if you hit a location, it won't go max range.
No. It's targeted, launches it at the unit or location. Like
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah, so you can click the ground. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Will it go? Does it still go full range, or is it like skewer?
Yeah, if you click the ground right in front of you, it's not just going to go like 1 foot and then come back.
I know. It's just that hook when he went uphill, it just looked very, very short.
No, he probably fired it a little while ago and then kept walking because you can move after you
Possibly, and the Lina killing off the Gyro comes to mid lane, and the Rubik stealing the lasagna blade and killing Lina with her own pasta.
I don't like you mocking Lina.
That's gotta
I don't
hurt.
appreciate it. Don't appreciate that nickname.
What? It's not a nickname.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
It is of course Laguna Blade, as any good freedom-loving Australian Lina lover will attest to.
No way, no way.
God bless Australia.
The Blink Dagger, of course.
We really lack the national pride of America, I find.
I think we have the national pride to really get a lot of holidays. But that's about as far as it goes. We love Anzacs, we love Australia, we love the Queen, and we love holidays.
we'll love anyone you tell us to love if it gives us a holiday.
Exactly. So anyone out
If
there?
there was like American President Day, we would do it. A lot of spells coming out on this.
On the illusion of Pudge.
Yes.
We do have quite a
Kathy,
few.
however, is aggressively chasing this Pudge down. She's going to back off though.
Of course, if she does get hooked, if she manages to quickly and deftly repel before the hook drags her all the way in, not gonna take any damage from the dismember. Lena looking to do
His
some
Dragonite, he's
dewarding,
chosen
but the
to
Dragonite too early.
He's chosen to skill up his Elder Dragon form to level 2. Not something a lot of players do because that red form is quite a bit weaker than the green and blue.
Pudge throwing out a hook but missing. Weaker is a comparative term here. Of course, the red dragon does get splash,
That's
which the
useful.
green dragon doesn't. At the
days.
moment, they're not actually pushing any towers, and he has used the splash from the red dragon form to farm up the ancient camp. So
Radiant's
I
bottom
think
tower
in his
ain't
current
pretty sad
situation,
right
it's a
now.
good
No
choice.
breaking down the radiant structures
Because they're
like
not
this.
really running a very heavy push. They're content to just
Going for
kind of walk around and go for basically just farm.
Ricky taking out the gyro, big kill there.
Looks like it was a solo kill as well, no backup.
Yeah, and he is building that BKB, which is going to make him very difficult to take out.
Definitely. Of course, he
Except
still
for the
has.
Black Cannon.
Yeah, he still has quite low health pool. But definitely going to be help with surviving against those DK stuns, breeze fires, and the Shrek ultimates that still hit him even if he is sitting there in invis.
His net worth, though, 1,000 higher than the...
The edict popped off, and you can see Leshrac go down in 2 hits,
Top tower's in bad shape.
taking a lot of
Plus
damage.
the various spells.
Meanwhile, Pudge getting a solo kill in mid lane using a haste rune to great effect.
The radiant
He has
got
also
one
picked
less
up a
top
4-star,
tower.
so we're going to have some flying fat man coming your way.
Oh, yes.
Still not picking up a hood. A lot of Pudge players don't do this, and I'm not quite sure why. The cloak and Hood of Defiance, of course, stop you doing a lot of rot damage to yourself.
Indeed.
Radiant's mid tower.
Meanwhile, Lena taking out Dragonite in the mid lane. The Ricky Maru
Radiant's
blinking
bottom
forward and
tower's
using a
seen
cloud,
better
which is
days.
enough slow to let the Lena get the stun off, and follow up by a Laguna Blade is
There
enough to
goes
kill the
Radiant's
DK,
bottom
no
tower.
matter how strong he is.
Radiant's
Pudge
mid
getting
tower's
off a
getting
hook
banged
onto a
up.
creep, and Rubik steals it out, so maybe we can see some pro no-scope 42360 hooks for days hooks. Stun coming out on the Magnus here, but it doesn't look like Gyro's going to chase it. And if we take a look at net worth, we do see Ricky 3k ahead of the Dragonite. Of course, this could be attributed to the fact that the Radiant have taken down 5 towers so far. They have both towers on the bottom lane and the top lane, and 1 in the mid lane. So, in a commanding gold lead just from towers alone. And it is a bit of a shame with the Radiant team having quite a decent push lineup with the DK and the Leshrac. Of course, 2 heroes don't make a push, but they are still very strong spells. If you can get that level 4 Edict and Green Dragon, you should be able to knock down towers very early on. Unfortunately, not being able to capitalize on this early game strength of the lineup. So not having that extra gold. Ricky does have his BKB and still has 1.5k gold. Looks like he just blinks off into some creeps. I just heard the noise and thought he might be going on someone, but everyone's sitting quite far back at the moment. A lot of milling about by the Radiant side in middle. Not sure if they're going to try smoke. Leshrac does have one, but it looks like they're just going to walk in and defend this bottom lane from the push that's coming through. Gyrocopter farming up the top lane has picked up a Claymore to go with the Shadow Amulet, so he will have the Shadow Blade coming out to him just now on the Courier. We see the Ricky sitting up at top lane, possibly just waiting for this Gyro to come out again, but he just backs off. Happy enough with the farm he got, and Ricky's going to say, thank you very much for giving me some easy farm. Just the dire creep wave pushing in on bottom. Leshrac, Edict damage not doing too much to creeps. It is okay, but of course it does spread the damage out among multiple sources and doesn't hit on siege units. We see the Venge playing very aggressively with no other heroes in time. We do see the riddik come forward and gets a solo kill on the Omni Knight. Does have to pop off a defusal charge, but it's well worth it to get another kill. So these supports have to be very careful of where they go. I'd really like to see a sentry ward placed up here, just so they can see movement of the Riki to go with that. And he pops the BKB and kills the Leshrac straight away. The BKB, of course, stopping any harass coming in, but the BKB will come out soon. He's managed to pick up a double kill and goes invis, but the breathe fire still hits him in invis. So a nice little pickup, but a 3-for-1 trade basically for Riki, picking up the Omni Knight before the fight.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
I don't think they're in a very good position here. The support's just so susceptible to that Rikimaru burst damage with the blink strike and the smoke. Pudge has picked up an Ogre Club to go with his point booster, so it looks like he is just about 1.1k off his Aghanim Scepter, which does give him some health regen from the ult. So maybe why he's skipping that Hood and Pipe to go for the more single target healing through ultimate. As I was saying before, the net worth definitely in favor for the Riki here. The Dragon Knight is keeping up decently well. There's a large drop off between the next two players of the Dire, the Magnus and the Pudge, and the Gyrocopter. Gyro not being able to get these early kills and being shut down by the Riki quite decently, sitting at 373. And the Shadow Blade coming a little too late to be really used to greatest effect to go for those solo kills. The Pudge comes forward to try on a little cheeky hook on the DK, but the creep pulls out a "No, Mr. President" and jumps in the way. So we'll see no action go on. It looks like the Dire is wanting to go into Roshan. Ping's coming out and they will start him off. See some stuns come out and Riki trying to place himself behind. Oh, we see the Dismember coming out from Pudge. That should really tell them where they are. Possibly being able to take this Roshan down before. You see Riki has picked up the Yasha, and the Radiant are going to come in. They might go off. We do see pings coming up because they do have that ward vision. And Rikimaru comes in, and he gets hooked back. I think Daniel's missed it because he's gone to pick up his washing. But we see the Fables blink forward, hook out. But of course the this Dragon Knight doing a lot of work, even though Magnus manages to hit a 3-man RP. another skewer in hook out. But with the follow-up from the Dragon Knight, the splash damage just not enough. All these Dire heroes on such low health. But with the RP, the cooldown, and the Frost Breath from the DK, just not enough to take out this Dire team. Really missing that extra flak cannon damage coming out from the Gyro, so they will be able to take a tower on the back of getting that Aegis, which I believe the Rikimaru still has. He does. Upgrading that defusal to level 2, and does have the Yasha, so it looks like he'll be going for a Manta style next up. Meanwhile, Rubik still going for some drums, about 500 gold off. Shrek just sitting on a bracer and smoke. But apart from that, the mana boots, not much going for him. Omni Knight does have the soul ring and heal up. And heal, the soul ring and mana boots up. You missed it, Daniel. Riki did a blink strike in and Pudge hooked him out. And then right after that, Magnus blinked forward to skewer out, and he hooked him again, all in one fight, while you weren't looking.
I had to go collect my washing, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Let's hope they do it again.
We see some talk coming out after the last fight ended in a team wipe, and the Dire's courier gets taken out by the Gyrocopter. Cooldown coming out, but it's going to miss on this Magnus. The rocket should hit, but I don't believe it'll do enough damage. No, it's only a level 1 rocket. The 4-star forward and hook, but it falls just short. A bit unfortunate there. And Pudge has finished up his Aghanim Scepter. Eating some crackers, are you?
I have Pringles. Shout out to Pringles, producing delicious chip-based products.
And the Riki, they did manage to kill off Roshan while you were gone as well. The Rikimaru does have the Aegis, and also sitting on 2.9k gold on top of his Yasha. The Magnus, who I haven't really looked at for a while, actually has a Daedalus and a Mask of, well, not a Mask of Madness, a Morbid Mask, but certainly going to be going into that Mask of Madness. So we're going to see some Link RP Daedalus Mask of Madness action coming out from the Magnus. Looks like he's going to blink over the trees to continue his farming. Pudge missing out on a hook in mid lane. And the Dire really just choking the Radiant out. If we take a look at the XP, it's almost 25k in the way of the Dire, and the gold is similarly at 20k. So the Dire in a very, very advantageous position. If you look at the items up on the supports, Venge has a mech, the Lina has a Yules, and the rest of the heroes, the Tricore lineup for the Dire, too strong. All the farm is there.
Yeah, a lot of people like that Yules on
Lina.
Lina, that's the one. I don't like it. It reeks of an inability to land stuns.
I think
Just land the stun. Just land it.
I think it's a decent pickup for her, because it is a guaranteed stun, so you can burst down a support. If you just Yules, then stun Dragon Slave ult, it's a guaranteed kill every 30 seconds. Apart from the ultimate having a slightly longer cooldown, but personally, no. Personally, I don't build it because it doesn't give her any health.
When I play Lina, every stun is a guaranteed stun.
We do see a swap out. Oh, and the Invis Gyro getting hooked. The Magnus jumps in with the RP, and the Rubik steals it and returns it. The cooldown, and Rocket Barrage doing a lot of damage. But unfortunately, going to work. That's a 4-for-4 trade. No, a 5-for-4 trade, and the Rubik buys back. The one man left standing, the Riki. So much AoE damage coming out from both teams, and the Riki's going to go on the Rubik. He's going to get a lift off. Is he going to be able to escape one more Blink Strike, and the Rubik is dead? And the Fade Bolt comes out, but of course Riki has that Aegis. Is he going to Fountain Dive it?
Okay.
He knows there's only 1 second on the Omni. He's going to back off.
He was thinking about it for a second there.
The Riki gonna go back out through middle, and he does have that Mantis style up as well. So a lot of agility coming out, and Riki should know that he's able to be seen now. That Sentry Ward making that one little range creep attack him, so they're gonna know the Sentry Ward's in mid. But last fight
might have been carrying dust, or
maybe.
Could have been
That last fight really turned around by the Rubik. It would have been much worse if he hadn't managed to steal that RP and get it off, pulling out 2 of the heroes and stunning them in that cooldown for them to take full damage, while the Gyro used Rocket Barrage on them as well. So a good turnaround from the Rubik to stop his team losing mid racks basically. And the Dragon Knight does have the MKB up and also a BKB, so both the KBs coming out. Oh, a stun on the Invis Gyro, and it gets the Dismember off as well. That's going to be an easy kill. Unfortunate for the Gyro getting hooked in Invis there, but actually maybe not. The Pudge has a gem, so... Ooh, the hook comes out, but the creep's walking in front of the DK.
Yes, Pudge claiming that he meant to do that, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Strategic creep.
Of course, the swap still hitting the DK when he's using Repel, and look at that backstab damage from Riki come out on the DK. Rubik does lift him up, but just too much.
2 hits take out the RP.
Oh, and the RP goes in on the middle, and that is a complete team wipe. I believe Gyro bought back and
helping out quite a bit.
I believe Gyro bought back and TP'd into the reverse polarity because he still had the coins on his name when he died.
Ow.
And it looks like the Dire are gonna go straight for the throne. And who can blame them? When you are almost 30k experience ahead and 25k gold ahead, you get a team wipe, you're gonna go for the win.
Yeah, it shows the danger of a well-farmed Ricky.
Not to mention,
the point where his invisibility is just not even used.
it's not necessary. not to mention the
you can't get detection. It just doesn't matter.
and let's not also forget the blinking RP Magnus with a mask of madness and power and a Daedalus. Quite absurd AoE damage. But the Dire will be able to take this out easily on the back of that 5-man team wipe.
That's going to be game 1 going to Rod of Atos.
Question. Look at that XP a minute for the Ricky. 795.
That is impressive.
Sitting at level 23, a full 5 levels ahead of their Dragon Knight. A very good pickup.
GG, go next.
Good game.